Welcome to another unboxing video from theplayersaid.com. My name's Alexander, and today we're taking a look at It Never Snows. This is part of the Standard Combat series, which is a series we love, and this is published by Multi-Man Publishing. This particular game, as well as the entire SCS series, both designed by Dean Essig. So this is it's like the Gamers Standard Combat series. Dean originally started the Gamers in like 1993 or something, and has been producing those. He's also responsible for, I believe, BCS and OCS. I think. I could be wrong about that, but he's a prolific designer. And we played his, I think he did, the Company Combat series for Compass 2. I think that may be the case. Either way, he's done a lot of games. Standard Combat series is one of my favorite series in wargaming because it's very easy to learn, very approachable, but you get a nice Hex Encounter wargame out of them. Now, It Never Snows is one of the much larger titles in this series. This is a 2-inch box, and it's very, very heavy. This is like 5 maps and 800 plus counters. It's a lot. I think they did... is it called Day of Days? Is an SES game that's also that size, but it comes in an even bigger box that Grant has. We've never played it. But we got this one, which I'm very interested to play. It's as you may have imagined from the artwork and the title, this is a market garden game. And I don't know about this one, but from what we've played of SES, pretty easy to solo these two. There's very few reasons you couldn't do that. So, big 2-player market garden game. So let's have a crack at what we've got inside. Okay. Unpunched. This is basically 2/3 full. So that tells you a lot of what we got going on here. So I've got 2d6, and we have our little inventory in here, which is like 5 maps and a disgusting amount of counter sheets in it. So, it's only 3 counter sheets. Oh, that's not bad. I thought it was going to be more than that. 840 sounds like a lot, but it's not that bad. I've played games with like 1600 counters, and it was a horrible, horrible amount of counters to punch and clip. So 3 counter sheets, not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. So we've got here the 1.7 series rules, and these are just black and white on paper. And you've got 7 pages of series rules. This is just some designer notes on the back. So this dictates movement, activation, sequence of play, terrain effects, and little bits of what to do when, basically, and supply. Most of the game-specific rules are then contained in the game-specific rules. But let's not kid ourselves. We've got 7 pages there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages of rules. Plus, like, it's a tiny bit here. 5 pages of rules. So in total, you're looking at 12 pages of rules for a 5-mapper. That's incredible. Don't tell me that's not incredible. Because this game is so easy to learn and simple to get into. If you've played any other Hex Encounter war games, this will be like picking... It's so easy to jump into. So easy. And I really appreciate that. If you've never played a war game, this is an excellent place to start. Maybe not this particular massive one, but pick a game in this series, and it's always going to be a good place to start because it's very easy to learn. The rest of this is a billion scenarios because it's a 5-mapper. They know you're not going to play that. Like 2 people in the whole world have ever played that, and both of them played it solitaire. They didn't play it together. I looked it up. I know that for a fact. So that you've got the campaign stuff if you wanted to, but you can break it down into all of these different. There's a bunch of 1 or 2 map scenarios that you can do in this. And that's the reason why I kind of pulled the trigger on this one, is because I know I'm not going to play a 5-mapper. I know it's not going to happen. But I'm going to play a 1 or 2-mapper because love Market Garden, love Standard Combat series. What's not to like for me about what's in this box? It's like right up my alley. So we have a number of setup charts. These are single-sided, but it's a bifold. So we've got German at setup, order of arrival, turns 1 and 2. And then we have it continued on this bifold. So this is turns 3 through 14. So again, if you've got all the space, you can lay it all out on these sleds and get all the units ready. So it's easy to do in that sense. Now we have our airdrop points and gliders. presumably... Oh, this will be interesting. I wonder if you assign dudes onto this and gliders. I'm not sure about that. So these is everyone you're going to drop on turns 1, 2, and 4 and after. And then this is your organizational chart. Yeah, so do you get to choose who goes into the airdrop? That'd be cool. That'd be very interesting to see how that works. Yeah, that's... I don't know if I've played any games where I got to decide Market Garden. Gosh, that might be interesting. Like, you can decide who drops where and when. That might be cool. We'll see how long, how much mileage we get out of that. I haven't read the rules, so I'm not entirely sure. So, everything else in here is maps and counters. So, let's have a quick look at the counters first. So, we've got all our German ones. And these will be a mixture of different types of divisions and formations between SS units, Wehrmacht, probably... I don't know, Fallschirmjägers maybe. There's a whole bunch of stuff on here of different types of units, Panzer Grenadiers, all that kind of stuff. So that's most of the German units, and some have reductions, some don't on them. And then we have our second sheet, so we've got here more Germans, all of our out of supply markers, and our DG, which is disorganized markers as well. And everything else on here, so we've got a whole bunch of air units, and these look like Typhoons, and well, those don't look like P-51s, so I'm not going to say what they are. These look like, yeah, they're like Hawker Typhoons, but these are like close air support coming in with rocket and cannon attacks as well. A couple German ones, but that looks like it's much more skewed towards the Allies in this. So these units are broken down, and we'll just reference this little chart here that tells you what they all are. So we've got our 43rd Infantry Division. These guys are going to presumably march up with 30 corps. I would sincerely hope that's what the case is. We've got 1st Airborne Division in red, Guards Armoured Division up here, and then we've got 82nd Airborne, 101st Airborne in this olive, and that's basically it. And then there's like, these are like the other Commonwealth and Allied units. So we've got, there should be, yeah, so there's the 1st Polish paratroops, and I don't know what these brown ones are supposed to be. I don't know. I should know, but I don't. The brown ones are 30 corps, and I presume the infantry are going to support 30 corps coming up. I would imagine that's the case. But that's the units. That's the counters, right? Not particularly flashy. Very functional. Very clear. It's very obvious what everything is, so to speak. But that's the counters. It's 3 counter sheets. That's not nothing. But I'll bag these and figure out a system to organize these so it's easier to bring them on. And then we've got the trillion maps. Okay, there's a lot of maps. So let's have a little look. We have map A, and I just don't know which way around they've organized these. All right. So this is map A. It's so big. This game is too big for me, probably. I'm just playing little bits of it, and that's what I'm doing. So massive, massive map. And all the way up here is Arnhem. So this is going to be probably the top of the map. I don't think there will be anything more north than that. So then we've got map B. Is this one. Let's see how we deciding how this goes. Does it go on this side? Is that what's happening here? Yes. So we got Nijmegen in the middle there. Okay. The artwork again, it's very MMP, and what I mean by that is that you don't. Do I have the maps? Yeah, I've got my hand. You have not every hex is labeled. you've just got these rows. Every 10 and every 5 is labeled, and the columns are all labeled. But it frees up the map to be a map. Everything is extremely clear and functional on it. So in a game like this, you're not futzing around asking, oh, what's this particular hex? It's very obvious what that particular hex is. Everything's fairly clearly delineated also. So we've got map C. Alright. Yeah, figuring out where these go is going to be the fun part. I believe this goes down here. I believe this attaches down here on this edge. I think. Like this. Yeah, so that'll go all the way down there. I don't know if you can even see that. Okay, let me fold up Arnhem. Bye-bye, Arnhem. So this... So this map goes here, and this overlays right here, like this, at the top. Oh, okay, you can't see that anymore. So these join here. And map D, I would presume, is going to go down here. Hopefully they follow some logic. This map has a very, very small terrain key on it, which you can't see. Terrain key's right here. It's just a tiny little chart that says every hex is a polder. Alright, so this is map D. Let me fold up this one. Yeah, it looks like that attaches down here. So we're going to fold up map B. Map D looks like it joins onto it here. Come on. There we go. Nice. It does. Good. And map D also has on it the artillery ammunition record track and the turn record track also. And then the last map is going to be where you start off, and I presume, so it's got Eindhoven on it. How are they divvying this up? Okay. Yeah, so the last map, Eindhoven on it, and then you've got all of your kind of starting areas down here. You remember they kind of had their little channels and lanes they were going through. So we're going to fold that up. That kind of joins down. It goes at the bottom here and attaches like this. So it kind of straddles in like a tapered way these bottom two maps, C and D. But it is, so this is a very long map also. So really this map is 102 inches long if you put it all together. It's only 44 inches wide. It will never be wider than this, but it's this is 44. But it's what did I say? 102 going this way, which is that's not insignificant. That's massive. Let's be honest. But that's the size of this. But again, there's scenarios where you can play one map, two maps, and you can just play some Market Garden in the SCS series, one of my favorite series. So I'm very excited for this. Again, I probably can't speak highly enough of this system. It is very good. It is robust, I think, and it is also so easy to get into. It's very easy to learn. It's very easy to play, and I just think it's a merit to wargaming, which is, you know, sure, high praise, but I do think that a lot of people, if they were like, oh, I want to play a hex and counter war game, I want to do something that's operational, I would recommend, probably not this one because it's massive, but like a game in this series, I would recommend because they're so easy to learn and teach you a ton of core concepts about hex and counter wargaming, the lingo, what you're supposed to do. Really, really good starting place. So this is It Never Snows, probably one of the biggest titles in this series. I think Day of Days is equally as large. I think it's got more counters, but it's similar, massive game. That's all a D-Day in Normandy. But Market Garden, It Never Snows from MMP. Check it out if you're interested. Appreciate you guys watching. I've been Alexander from theplayersaid.com.